Oh, hi, sorry. Didn't see you there. Let me just put this one away. Hi. How can I help you? You're looking for a book? You can't find it. Well, let me check if we have it. Or if someone maybe rented it, borrowed it. Okay, what book were you looking for? Yeah. Okay. No, sorry, someone borrowed it. I know. In just like 2 weeks ago, so they got like 4 more weeks. Yeah, sorry. But if you want, you can look around for more books, or I've got some returns here. If you want, we can look through them. Maybe I can help you a little bit. Yeah? Okay, so I got some paperbacks and I got some hardcovers. Let's start with the paperbacks. First I have the sister of my sister's serial killer. It's a book, like it's saying, it's about a sister who is a serial killer and her sister, the person, I think the person from this book, yeah, it's first person. She has to clean up, but this time I think she's dating. I don't really remember. But this time she's not that happy that she's killing. We can of course make piles for maybe or no, because let me check. I think you have no open books, right? What's your name? Yeah, you can borrow 5 books. You don't want this one? That's fine, that's fine. We can always look further. I got Cinderella's Death. This is more a kind of fantasy book. It's kind of like a continuous of the Cinderella story. So 200 years since Cinderella died. That's where this story is. It's like 200 years later, and Sophia is invited for the ball, and you can or wait for the fairy godmother, or you can buy a dress for the ball. But it's a really messed up story. I really liked it. I didn't think I would like it. I can recommend it if you want. If this isn't a genre you read, I can highly recommend this one. Yeah, I can put it on a maybe. Let me just make some more room over here. Okay, I'll put it on a maybe here. Then I think you can color like an icon in the thriller. It's Frida McFadden. This book is Never Lie. It's about newlyweds wanting to buy a house, a mansion, and they're visiting one, and then they're stuck in a snowstorm. And the house belonged to a psychologist, and she finds tapes of the sessions with clients from the psychologist. And the more she listens to the tapes, the more of the story gets unraveled. And I haven't read all Frida's books, but this is one of my favorites. And it's pretty small. Let me check. It has almost 300 pages. Yeah. On the maybe space. Yeah, of course. Then I got another small one. Do you read multiple languages? Yeah, okay. I've read a Dutch one. Suzanne Vermeer. This is a Dutch writer. With Suzanne Vermeer, it's a really nice book. It's not too complicated. The mysteries aren't too complicated. They're really, at least I think, they're thrilling enough to keep your attention, and you read them in like a day. So this one is about, let me see. So Paula becomes a widow, and an acquaintance she helps for hope, and 7 years before that help got suspected of some pretty suspicious death around his assistants, and there's a detective, and no, I get why you went. I don't know, Summer Returns. I don't remember reading this book, but I know I have. I've read all the Suzanne Vermeer books in here. I think these are the perfect summer books. But no, if you don't want to, I'm not judging. I get it. So this is a bigger one. This is also Dutch, but this is a translated book. It's M.J. Aldrich. I do recommend. Have you read those? No? Okay, then I do recommend starting with the first one. It's Eenie Meenie Miny, but we only have the Dutch version, so that's Eenie Meenie Mutta. We do have it here, if I'm correct, if you want. Let me check. Yeah, we do have it in case you want. But I will put it on the note. It's not like a continuous series. Every book is a different case. But there are a few things that kind of like the main character, Helen Grace, you get to know her more over the course of the books. And I got another Dutch translation on the book for the perfecte moord. It's a guide for the perfect murder. I haven't read it yet. I was planning on reading it after the one I'm reading. It's Ship of Thesis. Yeah, have you heard of it? It's a really cool book. Let me just get it again. So it's basically a book in a book. So you read the main book, and as you can see on the sides, there are like notes, people writing in it. There are two people communicating through the book, and this one just wants to keep in. That's a danger with this book, everything keeps falling out. There are a lot of inserts, like postcards and stuff, that get referenced, and then it's kind of like people trying to figure out who S is in the book. Personally, the genre of the book itself isn't really my type, so I'm having a hard time going through it. But the concept, I think it's so cool, so I'm sticking to it. But after that I was planning to read on this one. No, if you want, you can have it, of course. Like, you don't have to, like, not borrow it from me. Before I finish this book, it's already gonna be late. Yeah, the maybe bell, of course. Okay, so this person, the next person returned more space sci-fi themes. We got The Martian, and we got from the same author, Project Hail Mary. It kind of depends on what you want. The Martian is this guy, his crew thought he was dead, but he survived the storm, so his crew was already gone when he woke up, and he had to survive Mars. And this is about Earth dying because the sun is dimming, and this guy is trying to save the planet, and he finds some really adorable alien on the way. And this is more, in my opinion, a show and tell. It's like reading through logs, and sometimes we get some dialogues between people and some other perspectives, but mostly it's logs. And this is like the classic book, which was really nice. Personally, this is one of my favorites. You might have also know the hype, because this movie came out pretty recently. This one also has a movie, but that one is also like 10 years old. But maybe you've heard about the hype about Project Hail Mary. Yeah, it's by far my favorite. I don't know, it's just really cute, and it is a little bit complicated, like the science stuff, but I've never felt dumb in the book. I think it's pretty not easy science, but it gets explained without it getting explained. I don't know how to explain it. Personally, I loved it. And especially watching the movie, it made so much more clear. I watched this movie first, and I kind of recommend watching the movie first, because then everything gets visualized more, and then and then reading the book, there's gonna be so much more added, which is so cool. I love this book. I can highly recommend it. Yeah, okay, of course. Oh, not even on a maybe pal. I don't know if I have a pal for that one. I can put it here on a definitely pal. Sorry, my desk is a little bit messy. Yeah, still need to do these returns. Okay, so we got another murder book. This is also a really cool one. This one is called Murder in the Family, and as you can see, it's like a movie script. So this book is a documentary about the guy who is producing the documentary. His stepfather died, and he's making like this true crime murder documentary, trying to solve it, which is really cool. It's 8 episodes, and I thought the concept was really cool, which made it read really quick. And I think it's really cool because you could only read dialogue. There was no thinking. You couldn't see what everyone, or you couldn't read what everyone was thinking. So you really had to get through clues of what everything was. Clues what everyone was saying. Maybe some evidence what is shown on the screen that they describe. I think it's really cool. Yeah, maybe, of course. Okay, and then we got the last paperback book. It's also Dutch. This is also a Dutch writer, so no translation. This one is also one of my favorite Dutch books. It's a thriller about 84s, and then a woman gets kicked out of the mansion and has to live on a camping Oosthoek with her 3 kids, and her husband is a major debt and gets kidnapped, so she has to do some really risky jobs for the camping owner to get the money to pay for the kidnappers. I thought it was a really, really cool book. I actually need to read it again sometime soon. Yeah. No, I highly recommend it. Yeah, maybe. Okay, we're at 5 already, and then 6 including your definitely. So you need to make some choices later. And we still got the hardcovers left. These are all special editions, so we do ask you, if you borrow them, please be gentle with them. These are all donated. The first one is also one of my favorite authors, Good Girl's Guide to Murder from Holly Jackson. It's about a, well, not necessarily a cold case, because the case is closed, but the girl doesn't believe the person who did it. So for like a school project, he's gonna find out who actually did it. Podcast. I think it's more like a young adult book, which doesn't make it not fun, but it's not. I think other books of Holly Jackson are better. Of course, on the know-how. But I do have another book of Holly Jackson which I do highly recommend. It's 5 Survive. So this book is about 6 friends going on a camping trip, and it's really fun because let me see. You can see their timestamps. So this book takes place in 8 hours, or over the course of 8 hours. So it's kind of intended that you go sit in the morning and just read it in one go, 8 hours, and you get kind of real-time updates. So the 6 friends are going camping, and there's one sniper who's gonna survive. 5 survive. I think this was one of her better work. We also got Disappearance of Rachel Price, which I also thought was really cool. And there was one more. I forgot the name, but I haven't read it yet. We do have it. I don't know if it's borrowed now, but on a maybe. Yeah, of course. I know they're cool, right? Looking in here also. Yeah, this is because it's 5 years, I think. I don't know. I love this one. It's so pretty. I also love the yellow color. It's so pretty. Okay, then we got The Book Thief. I haven't finished it. It's a pretty big book. This is the anniversary, which, if I'm not mistaken, has some like behind the scenes of the book. Yeah, some bonus material in it, which I think is really cool. It's about first ideas and some notes. This book takes place in Germany in the Second World War, and it's about a child stealing books, and it's also a movie, and people are really enthusiastic about it. I think almost halfway, so I don't know if I can recommend it yet, but oh no, okay. It's a thick one, yeah, but that's also because of the bonus material, but it is also a thick one. Okay, then I got A Girl Returning to Romance books. The first one is from a series. This is The Score, and this is actually the 3rd book, if I'm right, off the top of my head, of the Off Campus series. It's recently been filmed into a series on Prime. So this is the 3rd book. You don't really necessarily need to read these in order, but kind of like the storyline, like it's a friend group of 4 hockey players, and every book they get, it's a different hockey player. So it's not necessarily needed to read the first one first, but do I highly recommend it. So this is the third book. We don't have the first, but we do have the second, if I'm correct, out of my head. No, I get it, especially looking at your pal. Okay, the last one. Do you read in German? Do you speak German? No? Oh, me neither. But then I can't give you this book. Unless you want to learn German. This one is in German. It's Maxton Hall. Which I watched the show and then I read the books in English. And I think it's really fun to read. Kind of like romance books for me are a lot like cleansing, like palate cleansing. Like easy reads, cute, just after a lot of crime, just get something that doesn't mess up your mind. Maybe you get attached to a few characters, but that's all. I don't think there's anything special. There is, look. I think that's it. But yeah, it's in German, so maybe if you want to learn German you can borrow it. But I will put it on low. Okay, let me just put these back to get a little bit more space. Still need to put them back, I know, but that's the downside of being a librarian. You can read on the job, but that means that sometimes doing returns takes a little bit longer. Okay, so we got Project Hail Mary as a hell yeah. So you got 4 more books to pick from this pile of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books. Yeah, so you have to get rid of 2. Oh, if I can recommend one, that's a good one. Let me check. I think Fight Survive, definitely. And then I think Murder in the Family. I think that's a really fun one. Because of the format, it's also a really quick read. And I love the feeling of this book. It feels so nice. It's like flexible, but also like tight. I don't know. Sometimes you have those books that just feel good, right? That you want to have in your hands. It's the same for me with this book. It's just also like, it just feels so good. Well, The Martian, I don't think it feels good. So I don't know. Yeah, I know. Okay, but I picked 2 books for you now, so you have to pick the other 2. So we got, for your memory, we got Camping Oosthoek, Handboek voor de perfecte moord, Never Lie, and Cinderella's Dead. Cinderella's Dead, yeah, that's really fun for like a different perspective. Yeah, of course. And then which one do you want? Never Lie, good pick. I get it, the other ones are also thick. Otherwise you get a lot of like heavy pills to swallow. I get it. Okay. Let me put them in the system. What was your name again? Yeah, okay. Let me check them for you. First we got Never Lie. Yeah. Then we got Cinderella's Dead. Yeah. Then we got Project Hail Mary. We got Murder in the Family. Yeah. And last but not least, 5 Survive. Yeah. Okay. So, you can, wait, I need to do one more thing. You can borrow them for 6 weeks instead of 4. I need to put it in the system by hand. I know it's stupid, but because it's the summer period, we now have an extension of 2 weeks because a lot of people bring their books on vacation. So instead of they having to ask them, we just give that to everyone. We don't have any fees if you bring them back too late. We don't believe in that. We do ask you that if you are late or you're going to be late, call us, mail us, send a letter, something, so we know that you still planning on return the book, but you're just gonna be late. If possible, return the books that you're already finished. But we don't mind you being late. We're actually planning on giving the completely getting rid of the subscriptions fee, because we noticed that a lot of people are occasional readers, so monthly fees are not doable. Maybe yearly to sustain the library, or maybe donations. But yeah, no, so far most of the books are donations. Yeah, it's really a small community library. Yeah. Well, I've been working here almost since the beginning, and I've donated a lot of books as well. Yeah. Yeah, these special editions were donated by someone who was moving, and a lot smaller, so she couldn't, unfortunately couldn't bring the books with her, so she hoped we could give them to a lot of people, make people happy. There's just something about special editions, right? It's magical. Okay, that is it. Thank you for coming, and I hope you you have a good reading, and I will see you the next time. Okay, thank you for visiting. Okay, happy reading. Bye.